Hey everyone, welcome back to SwitchTop. Today we're checking out the top 25 action games you need to play on your Nintendo Switch in 2025. These games will get your heart racing with awesome combat, cool stories, and tons of fun. Let's jump right in. Ninja Gaiden Master Collection brings 3 awesome ninja games in one package. You play as Ryu Hayabusa, a super skilled ninja who fights demons and evil warriors. The gameplay is all about fast combat where you use swords, nunchucks, and ninja magic to take down enemies. You'll need quick reflexes to dodge, block, and counterattack as you run up walls, flip through the air, and slice through bad guys. The games can be really tough, but that's what makes them so satisfying when you win. The story follows Ryu protecting ancient dragon statues and fighting a curse that threatens the world. If you love games that test your skills and make you feel like a powerful ninja warrior, this collection is perfect for you. Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance puts you in a destroyed Tokyo that's been taken over by demons. You play as a high school student who fuses with a mysterious being to become the Nahobino, a powerful half-human, half-demon. The game is all about collecting and fusing demons to fight alongside you in turn-based battles. You'll need to hit enemy weaknesses to get extra turns and negotiate with demons to join your team. The Vengeance version adds a whole new story path, new demons, and more areas to explore. As you travel through the desert-like remains of Tokyo, you'll make choices that affect the story's ending. Will you create a world ruled by law, chaos, or something new? The combat is deep but easy to learn, making this perfect for both newcomers and longtime fans. Blasphemous 1 and 2 are dark action games set in a world filled with twisted religion and nightmarish monsters. You play as the Penitent One, a warrior with a hat made of thorns and a sword named Mea Culpa. The gameplay feels like a mix between Dark Souls and Metroid. You'll explore interconnected areas, fight challenging bosses, and unlock new abilities that help you reach new places. Combat is brutal but fair, with perfectly timed parries and deadly sword combos. The games have some of the most unique art on Switch, looking like dark religious paintings brought to life. The story is about breaking endless cycles of suffering and challenging cruel gods. While there's disturbing imagery, the gorgeous pixel art, haunting music, and satisfying combat make these games incredible experiences for those who don't mind the darkness. NieR, The World Ends With You takes place in a stylish version of Tokyo's Shibuya district, where you're trapped in the Reaper's game, a deadly week-long competition. You control Rindo and his friends as they fight to survive using psychic powers called pins. The combat happens in real time, where each character is controlled by a different button, creating combos as you press them in the right order. You'll collect hundreds of pins that give you different attacks like shooting fire, dropping bombs, or slashing with energy blades. Between battles, you'll solve mysteries, shop for clothes that boost your stats, and eat at restaurants to level up. The game has an amazing soundtrack with catchy J-pop and rock songs, and a cool art style that feels like a living anime. If you love Japanese culture and fast-paced action with a great story about friendship, this game is perfect.
How's that? Let's keep it going! Oh yeah!
God Eater 3 puts you in a world destroyed by deadly ash storms and monsters called Origami. You play as an enhanced human called a God Eater who uses special weapons that can both slash and shoot. The gameplay is all about fast-paced monster hunting. You'll track down huge beasts, attack their weak points, and harvest materials to craft better gear. What makes God Eater unique is your weapon can transform between forms mid-battle, like switching from a giant sword to a gun in seconds. You also have a special Devour attack that lets you take powers from monsters. The game has tons of customization for your character and weapons, plus you can play with friends in online missions. The story follows your character going from prisoner to hero as you uncover secrets about the world. If you like Monster Hunter but want something faster with more anime style, God Eater 3 is a perfect pick. Devil May Cry 3 is the ultimate stylish action game starring Dante, a half-demon monster hunter with incredible fighting skills. The game takes place before the first Devil May Cry, showing Dante's first big adventure when his twin brother Virgil tries to open a portal to the demon world. The gameplay focuses on looking cool while fighting. You'll slash with swords, shoot with dual pistols, and perform crazy acrobatic moves to rack up combo points and higher ranks. The Switch version adds special features like instantly switching between Dante's fighting styles instead of picking just one. You'll battle through a massive demon tower with varied levels and epic boss fights that test your skills. The game can be challenging, but that's what makes it so rewarding when you master the combat. With its perfect mix of challenging gameplay, memorable characters, and non-stop action, Devil May Cry 3 remains one of the best action games you can play. YoRHa 8, Lacrimosa of Dana, follows adventurer Adal Kristen, who gets shipwrecked on a mysterious island filled with giant monsters and ancient ruins. The gameplay is super fun real-time combat where you control Adal and two friends, switching between them with a button press to use different attack types against enemy weaknesses. You'll explore the island, rescue other passengers, and build a growing village that unlocks new quests and items. The game also has a second story about Dana, a priestess from the ancient past that connects to Adal's adventure in surprising ways. What makes YoRHa 8 special is how smooth the action feels. You'll dodge, flash guard perfect attacks, and unleash special moves in battles that feel like a dance. The music is absolutely amazing with rock songs that get your blood pumping during big fights. If you want an action game with great characters, beautiful environments, and combat that never gets boring, YoRHa 8 is a perfect choice. Cat Quest 3 is an adorable pirate adventure where you play as a cat hero sailing the high seas. The game has simple but super fun hack and slash combat where you swing swords, cast magic spells, and dodge roll away from danger. What makes it special is how everything is filled with cat and dog puns. You'll sail your ship between islands, find treasure, solve puzzles and dungeons, and battle sea monsters in this open world adventure. The story follows your quest to find the legendary golden bounty while dealing with the evil dog pirates. The game is perfect for everyone, easy to pick up, but with enough challenge and hidden secrets to keep experienced players interested. You can also play the whole game in co-op with a friend. With its colorful cartoon style, funny writing, and gameplay that's both relaxing and exciting, Cat Quest 3 proves that sometimes the simplest games are the most fun, perfect for playing in short bursts or long sessions. Fire Emblem Warriors. Three Hopes mixes the tactical role-playing of Fire Emblem with non-stop action, where you defeat hundreds of enemies. The game is set in the same world as Fire Emblem, Three Houses, but tells a different story where you play as Shez, a mercenary who joins one of three schoolhouses at Gareg Mak Monastery. The gameplay has you controlling characters from Fire Emblem as they slash through massive armies, using special moves and magic attacks that look spectacular on screen. Between battles, you'll hang out with your teammates, build relationships, train them in different classes, and make decisions that change the story. There are three completely different story paths depending on which house you pick: the Blue Lions, Black Eagles, or Golden Deer, giving you tons of replay value. The game perfectly balances the strategy of Fire Emblem with the thrill of taking down huge armies by yourself. Bayonetta 3 is an over-the-top action game on Switch, starring the witch Bayonetta who battles monsters from another dimension. The gameplay is pure adrenaline. You'll use guns attached to your hands and feet, slow down time when you dodge perfectly, and transform into demons to fight huge enemies. New to this game is Demon Slave, where you directly control giant monsters like a kaiju movie. The combat system rewards perfect timing and combos, making you feel like you're performing a deadly dance. The story takes Bayonetta through different worlds to stop the singularity, a being destroying the multiverse with help from other versions of herself. Along the way, you'll also play as Viola, a witch in training with a completely different fighting style. The game never stops being exciting. One minute you're surfing on a demon spider, the next you're piloting a train through a city while fighting a monster. Red Dead Redemption puts you in the boots of John Marston, a former outlaw forced to hunt down his old gang members in the Wild West of 1911. This game lets you explore a huge open world on horseback, with deserts, mountains, and small towns filled with things to do. The shooting feels great with a special slow-motion Deadeye feature that lets you mark multiple targets before firing. Beyond the main story, you can hunt animals, play poker, catch outlaws for bounties, or just ride around enjoying the beautiful scenery. The game does a great job making you feel like a real cowboy with horseback riding that actually feels like you're controlling a living animal, not just a car with legs. The characters you meet along the way all have interesting stories, and the main plot about redemption and whether people can truly change keeps you hooked from start to finish.
Got me yet, old man.
The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword HD tells the earliest story in the Zelda timeline, where Link must rescue Zelda after she's taken below the clouds to a mysterious surface world. The game splits your adventure between the floating island of Skyloft and 3 huge surface areas you explore. Combat is all about precise sword swings. You can slash in different directions to get past enemy defenses or find weak spots. The Switch version lets you use either motion controls to swing your sword with your Joy-Con or stick controls if you prefer playing handheld. Besides fighting, you'll solve clever puzzles in dungeons, collect items to upgrade your gear, and fly on your giant bird between Sky Islands. Each area you explore changes over time, with new paths opening up as you progress. The game has some of the best boss fights in the series, forcing you to think about how to use your items in creative ways to win. If you want a mix of action and puzzles, this adventure delivers both. Dynasty Warriors 8 Xtreme Legends drops you into ancient China, where you single-handedly take on entire armies. This game is the ultimate power fantasy. You'll play as one of over 80 warriors from Chinese history and mythology, each with their own unique weapon and fighting style. The combat is simple to learn, but incredibly satisfying. You'll perform combos by mixing normal and strong attacks, unleash special Musou attacks that clear entire screens of enemies, and rack up kill counts in the thousands. The game has several story modes following different Chinese kingdoms during the Three Kingdoms period, plus a free mode where you can play any battle with any character. What makes this game so addictive is the constant sense of progression. You'll level up characters, find better weapons with special effects, and unlock new moves. The Switch version runs smoothly even with hundreds of enemies on screen at once. Dragon's Dogma. Dark Arisen begins with a dragon ripping out your heart, yet somehow you survive as the Arisen and must track down the dragon to get it back. This action RPG stands out with its amazing combat system, where you can climb on top of giant monsters to attack weak points while hanging on for dear life. You'll choose from different classes like Fighter, Strider, or Mage, each with unique skills and weapons. What makes this game special is the pawn system. You create a companion who fights alongside you, and you can also recruit 2 more pawns created by other players. These pawns learn about enemies and quests as they adventure with you, making them more helpful over time. The game has a huge open world to explore with day-night cycles that matter. Dangerous creatures come out at night, and you'll need to carry lanterns to see.
Necro Frenzy!
Dead Cells is a fast-paced action game where you play as the Prisoner, a blob of cells that takes over a headless body to escape a ever-changing island prison. The game combines the exploration of Metroid with the randomized levels of roguelikes. Each time you die, and you will die a lot, the island changes its layout, but you keep some progress like new weapons and abilities you've unlocked. Combat is lightning fast with tons of different weapons to find. Swords, bows, whips, hammers, and even things like frying pans or musical instruments. You can combine these with shields, traps, and special powers like freezing enemies or turning into a rolling ball of pain. What makes Dead Cells so addictive is how good it feels to play. The controls are super responsive, and you'll soon be double jumping, rolling through enemies, and stringing together attacks like a pro. Astral Chain puts you in the shoes of a rookie police officer who bonds with a living weapon called a Legion, a captured interdimensional creature chained to you that fights by your side. The game takes place in the last human city called the Ark, where mysterious creatures called chimeras are invading from another dimension. Combat is unlike anything else. You control both your character and your Legion at the same time, creating a beautiful dance of attacks as you coordinate between them. You can send your Legion to attack one enemy while you fight another, wrap the chain connecting you around enemies to tie them up, or perform powerful sync attacks together. Outside of combat, you'll investigate crime scenes, solve puzzles using your Legion's abilities, and help citizens with their problems. The game has 5 different Legions to use, each with unique powers like a Sword Legion for slashing or an Arrow Legion for shooting distant enemies. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt puts you in the boots of Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter with special powers who's searching for his adopted daughter, Ciri. This game has one of the biggest open worlds ever, with 2 massive main areas filled with cities, villages, monster nests, and hidden treasures to discover. Combat mixes sword fighting with magic signs that let you throw fire, create shields, or control enemies' minds. What makes this game special is how your choices actually matter. Even small decisions can have surprising consequences hours later. As a Witcher, you'll track and hunt monsters using your special senses, collect ingredients to brew potions that enhance your abilities, and negotiate payment for your monster-slaying services. The complete edition includes all DLC, adding 2 huge new areas and stories that could be full games on their own. Even though the graphics are slightly downgraded on Switch, the ability to play this massive adventure on the go makes up for it.
Oh, you witch fucker!
Crypt Custodian puts a fun twist on the action genre. You're not the hero, but the grumpy janitor cleaning up after heroes make a mess in ancient tombs. The game mixes fast-paced combat with cleaning mechanics as you battle leftover monsters and repair damaged artifacts. Armed with a magical mop that can transform into different weapons, you'll sweep through dungeons dealing with slimes, skeletons, and other creatures the heroes left behind. The gameplay is easy to pick up but hard to master with a combo system that lets you mix cleaning moves with attacks, like sweeping goo into an enemy's face to blind them or using your bucket as a shield. As you progress, you'll unlock new mop forms like a spear for long-range attacks or heavy hammer for breaking walls. Between levels, you'll decorate your home with treasures you've saved and talk to locals in the nearby village who have cleaning requests. Dark Souls, Remastered throws you into a dying dark fantasy world where nearly everything wants to kill you, and will probably succeed many times. This legendary action RPG is famous for its challenging but fair combat where timing and patience matter more than button mashing. You'll create a character and choose a starting class like Knight or Sorcerer, but you can evolve your build however you want by leveling up different stats. The gameplay revolves around managing your stamina bar while attacking, blocking, and dodging. What makes Dark Souls special is its interconnected world design. As you explore, you'll unlock shortcuts and connections that make the world feel like one giant puzzle. The story is told mostly through item descriptions and brief conversations, letting you piece together what happened to this once great kingdom. Boss fights are the highlight, with unique monsters that require you to learn their patterns and find the right strategy. Metroid Prime Remastered takes the classic first-person adventure and makes it look and play better than ever on Switch. You control Samus Aran, a bounty hunter in a power suit who crash lands on the planet Talon 4 while tracking space pirates. The gameplay perfectly blends shooting, platforming, and exploration as you navigate alien environments and slowly unlock new abilities. What makes Metroid Prime special is how it uses your visor. You can scan enemies and objects to learn about them, switch to thermal vision to see hidden paths, or use X-ray to find secret passages. As you explore, you'll find upgrades like the Morph Ball to roll through small spaces, the Grapple Beam to swing across gaps, or the Space Jump to reach new heights. Each new power both helps you fight stronger enemies and opens up new areas to explore. The combat feels great with a lock-on system that lets you strafe around enemies while shooting. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition puts you on planet Mira after Earth gets destroyed, where humans must survive among giant creatures and alien races. This massive open-world game lets you create your own character who joins Blade, a military force protecting New Los Angeles, the last human city. Combat happens in real time, where you auto-attack enemies while positioning yourself to use special arts with cooldown timers. What makes this game amazing is getting your own giant robot called a Skell about 30 hours in. Suddenly you can transform into a vehicle, fly across the planet, and battle monsters the size of buildings. The world of Mira is huge with 5 continents full of bizarre creatures, from tiny bugs to mountain-sized beasts that will one-shot you if you're not careful. The story follows your search for the Lifehold, which contains the rest of humanity in stasis.
Now tackle it up close.
NieR Automata, the end of YoRHa edition, follows android soldiers 2B and 9S who fight for humanity in a war against machines on an Earth abandoned by humans. This game constantly switches between different gameplay styles. One minute you're in fast-paced sword combat, the next you're in a top-down shooter, a side-scrolling platformer, or even a text adventure. The main combat feels amazing as you smoothly switch between swords, spears, combat bracers, and a floating robot pod that shoots bullets. You can customize your abilities with plug-in chips that let you focus on different playstyles, like perfect dodging or maximum attack power. What makes NieR special is how it uses multiple playthroughs to tell its complete story. You'll need to beat the game several times to see the true ending, with each run showing new perspectives and gameplay. The story asks deep questions about what it means to be human in a world where neither androids nor machines are what they seem.
Enemies destroyed.
Not quite.
Monster Hunter Rise puts you in the role of a hunter in Kimura Village, a Japanese-inspired settlement threatened by the Rampage, a horde of frenzied monsters. The gameplay loop is simple but addictive. Hunt monsters, use their parts to craft better weapons and armor, then hunt bigger monsters. Combat feels weighty and satisfying with 14 different weapon types that play completely differently, from the fast dual blades to the explosive switch axe or the musical hunting horn that buffs your team. What makes Rise special is the wire bug system that lets you zip through the air, run up walls, and perform powerful switch skills that change how your weapons work. You also get a rideable dog companion called a Palamute that helps you fight and lets you sharpen weapons while moving. The monsters are the real stars though. Each one has unique behaviors, weaknesses, and can be captured alive or slain depending on your choice. Hollow Knight puts you in control of a small bug knight exploring the fallen kingdom of Hallownest, a massive underground world full of secrets and dangers. The gameplay feels perfect with tight controls for slashing with your nail, sword, jumping between platforms, and using special abilities called spells. Combat requires precise timing. You'll need to learn when to attack, when to heal, and when to dodge as you face over 150 different enemy types and 40 epic boss fights. What makes Hollow Knight special is its massive interconnected world that rewards exploration. You'll find new abilities that let you reach new areas, shortcuts that connect different zones, and tons of secrets hidden behind breakable walls or challenging platforming sections. The story is told through environmental details and conversations with strange bug characters you meet along your journey. The game never holds your hand or tells you where to go next, creating a true sense of adventure and discovery. Hades puts you in the role of Zagreus, son of Hades, who's trying to escape the underworld to find his long-lost mother. This roguelike game makes dying part of the story. Each time you're defeated, you return to your father's house where you can upgrade abilities, talk to interesting characters from Greek mythology, and learn more about the story before trying again. Combat is fast-paced and fluid. You'll dash between enemies, unleash special attacks, and cast spells while choosing from 6 different weapons like the sword, bow, or fist weapons, each with 4 variations that completely change how they work. What makes Hades special is how it combines roguelike elements with a deep narrative. Every run through the changing rooms of the underworld gives you boons from the Olympian gods that modify your abilities in crazy ways. You might get Zeus's lightning attacks, Poseidon's wave powers, or Aphrodite's charm effects, creating thousands of possible combinations.
All clear. Wretches.
And there you have it, the top 25 action games you need to play on Nintendo Switch in 2025. Which one looks most exciting to you? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to SwitchTop for more awesome Nintendo Switch content every week. Until next time, happy gaming.